Hi guys. I get asked a lot about my makeup, and if you follow me on Facebook, you know that my oldest daughter just had my third grandson, and while I was there she noticed my eyeshadow and commented on it, and actually asked me to do a video to show her how I do my eyeshadow, and she was interested in the brands that I use. And so since I've received so many comments and questions from you, and I've had a family member actually ask me about it, I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone and go ahead and make a video about my makeup. And I'm going to add a third component to it and show you the results of my second laser treatment for my age spots. And if you can see, not a bit of difference. Okay, I had one tiny spot right here in this very large age spot that actually did what it was supposed to do, and the pigment came up real dark and onto the surface of the skin, and then after about 3 or 4 days came off, and it wasn't enough of a difference to even be able to tell. So all in all, I am absolutely not interested in pursuing that any farther, and I wouldn't recommend it because, guys, without makeup, look at how fair I am. I'm really fair-skinned, and if it doesn't work on me, I don't know how it would work on anyone. So there you go. That's the end of that. So talk about makeup. What I really want you to worry about as far as toxins and such is lipsticks. There is a lot of lead and a lot of brands that have lead. And there's a list, and I'll look for it and see if I can find it for you. But basically you can Google lead in lipstick, and a whole list of every company that still has lead in their lipsticks will come up. And guys, I have big lips, so it's a lot of lipstick, and I am a person that is never without something on my lips. Even if I am not wearing makeup around the house or whatever, I've got some sort of lip balm on my lips because they're dry. They're always dry. And I am just normally not a person that goes without makeup very often. Even sitting around the house, not going anywhere, I generally have some on. Now, as I get older, I've kind of gotten out of that habit, and once in a while, you know, I'll go without. But I'm known for my makeup, and that's just part of me and how I have always been. And my son, when he was little, we have a joke that we tease him all the time. One time he hurt himself, and it was, you know, end of the day, and apparently my lipstick had worn off. And normally, you know, I reapply quite often, but whatever the case was, at this point, apparently I didn't have enough on because he hurt himself. And I asked him, "Do you want mommy to kiss it?" And he said, "No, I need lipstick." So he actually thought it was the lipstick that helped the boo-boos, not mommy's kisses. So that shows you how much I'm known for my makeup and my lipstick. So be careful with your lipsticks and research that and make sure that you are not getting lead in your lipsticks, okay? And the second thing to research is whether or not your products are tested on animals, because this is something near and dear to my heart, and I hope it is to yours as well if you're vegan or plant-based, or, you know, if this means anything to you. You don't want something with a lot of toxins in it, and you don't want something that's tested on animals. And let me just put this little disclaimer out there. Nothing ticks me off more than to have a company advertise that they are all natural, and they've only got 4 ingredients in their foundation, and for one little tiny ounce of that foundation, it's $50. And those ingredients you can buy on Amazon for all 4 ingredients and get a large batch, I mean a pound of those ingredients for $20. So nothing ticks me off more than that. There's a company, if you are interested in making your own products, called Brambleberry, and they have a box, just a kit, with everything you need to make all of your own products if you want powder foundation. And I did this years ago, and I made a ton of makeup. I made bronzer and different foundation shades because I could use contouring and all that. And I sold a bunch of them. Eyeshadow, blush, you name it, you can make it with that kit, and it runs around $50. So brambleberry.com, and they're a soap making and lotions and makeup producing company. They sell all the ingredients so that you can make them yourself. I think they even do soy candles and such. Anyway, yeah, if you're interested in that, that's who you go for. And I did that years ago. These days I'm doing liquid foundation, because I found a kit that I truly, truly love, and it had the foundation and the whole kit with eyeshadows, bronzer, highlighter, blush, everything. 2 lipsticks, mascara, and the brushes that you need. So basically everything that I use except for eyeliner and eyebrows was in this one kit. And so that's what I'm using right now. And it's Tarte. And I truly, truly love this. It is made with natural ingredients. It's not tested on animals. It's reasonably priced. And first and foremost, it gives me a really good look. There's something about the fragrance that they use, and I'm not sure what it is or if it is just the natural products, but it smells amazing. And from the powder stuff to it must be an added fragrance, because it's in the powders, it's in the foundation, it's in the lipstick, it's in everything. And so, you know, if you want to stick with me and watch me do my makeup, Carissa, this is for you. I'll do that. And then you can see what all I'm using and how I do it. And there are a couple of products that I use that aren't part of that kit, and I'll tell you those. And those are made well, not tested on animals, all of that as well. So I don't always do it, but I'm going to do it for you today so I get a better result. This Neutrogena Shine Control Primer, I'm going to do that, because I find that if I don't put a primer on first, I do get a little bit of a shine, especially around my eye area, and makeup will just go on better if you remember to do a primer first. I do like Neutrogena's products, most of them. Excuse me. But I've tried some of their like cream eyeshadows and stuff, and I just can't do a cream eyeshadow. Supposedly for older women it's supposed to be better, but I end up with it just caked off. It just smears all over my face. And that's just the honest truth about it. Okay, so brushes, guys. I was listening to a radio show about a year or so ago, and they were doing this trivia question. And they asked what 80% of women fail to do every day. And it's wash your makeup brushes was the answer. And so, guys, bacteria grows on everything. So every time you use something, wash it. Wash it when you're finished, okay? And I'm just putting this foundation right on the top of the brush. And you can see all the redness and spots and stuff just disappear. And I do it on my whole face, eyes and everything. And they say as we age, you don't need as much foundation. And so far, at 53, I have not found that to be the case. I have so many freckles and age spots and just redness in certain areas that I need foundation. I really do. And I have, you can't really see in the camera, but I have blotches of white in my fair my fair complexion that show all through here, and so I bring that down. Because in person, of course, it's very noticeable. And it's just changes in the pigments of my skin. And a foundation will just go on a lot better if you use a brush. But like I said, be sure and wash it every day. Okay, now this next thing, I consider this just a miracle. And I ordered this separate. It did not come in this kit. And this is Shape Tape. They don't even call it concealer. They call it Shape Tape. And it comes with this little makeup squeegee. And yes, it's been washed, but it's kind of discolored just from the coloring in the makeup. But I do wash it every time I use it, and I urge you to do the same. So just be sure that you're not just really, really going thick, because there's nowhere to blend when you do that, guys. So just do a couple dots where you want it. And I, of course, do my age spots. And then you might want to do, if you're kind of red around the nose like I am, or if you have any breakouts or blemishes, you might want to do there too. So this sponge is wet. I've wet it in the faucet before I started filming. And you just dab, okay? And I'm kind of trying to use my phone while I'm filming as my mirror. So I may have to look away and actually look in the mirror here to see what I'm doing. And you just dab. And like I said, you see a lot of videos where the girls just swipe that concealer real thick. There's nowhere to blend it to once you've done that. So just a couple of dots and then blend. And see how I'm just tapping that to blend it? That's what you do. And you can still even see my age spots. And supposedly it covers everything, but I haven't found anything on the market that covers 100%. I just haven't. Okay, as we age, we don't want a lot of powder. So sorry, I'm grabbing a brush here behind me because I forgot. I used to put powder on my face to set my foundation, and I don't do that anymore because I found that the wrinkles around my eyes show really, really bad when I do that now. So no more powder for this old lady. All right, so now I've got my kit here, and I use the bronzer. That, it's terracotta, it's called. And if I put blush, sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. If I put blush or anything on these age spots after I've tried to conceal them, they just are magnified and show really, really bad. So I try to avoid that. And that's just a personal problem, personal preference. So if you don't have those, you don't have to worry about that. But what I do is I try to give my face an uplifted, sunk in look. And so I start right at the center and I avoid those spots. And I just kind of go up. And then I blend really well. And you can see the difference, how long my face looks now instead of round. Yeah, it just gives that kind of sunk in look. What we want to do is uplift as we age. We want to get everything going upwards instead of downwards. And then I just do a little bit along the jaw, down my double chin, and then I take and I squish the brush up to where it's real narrow, And I go in the product, and then I take it down the slopes around my nose. See how my nose is real wide? So by doing that, I kind of create some shadows so that my nose doesn't look so wide. And then I take this highlighter, and then I go straight down the center of my nose. Remember that dark makes things recede and light makes things come forward. So what I'm doing is creating more of a peak around my nose. Okay? All right. And then we've got a two-sided brush for eyeshadow. And this is the part that my daughter wanted to know about. Okay. And I start with a very, very light, and it could be either one of these, but this is the lightest, so it's my favorite. And I start with that very, very light color. And I do my lids. Now, because I have this droopy bit here, because I'm in my 50s, that's the part I want dark to try and have that recessed. Okay, so that's the part that I'm going to put dark. This here on the lid, I want light because I want that to show more. That's like prime real estate, right? We want that to be the part that actually shows, so we don't want to cover that up. If I had put a dark color there, my eyes would all sink in and you really wouldn't see my eyes. Okay, then I'm going to take this next color, which is the medium one. And some people actually put tape to do this, and I don't, because I don't think I need to. I just kind of look and see, okay, that in there, that's where that needs to go. And again, I'm using my phone instead of a mirror to do this, and see how I just go down and then over. Down and over. Okay. Now this darkest color, I'm barely going to tap. And then I just tap in there. Tap, 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 tap. Because I don't want that real dark. Just a little V in there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this round tip and I'm going to blend it. And then I take just what's on the brush. I don't put any more product on. And I just go under. Now I used to put mascara on my lower lashes to make them show. And because I just have so much oil going on around my face and so much products, my moisturizers that I put on to keep this from being so dry, if I put mascara on my lower lashes, I just end up with black all through here. So I don't do that anymore. Okay, for eyebrows, this is NYX, NYX, and this is another good product that I believe they are a vegan company, but I know they aren't tested on animals. And this has the spoolie at one end and then the product on the other, and it's really, really tiny. See how tiny that is? And this is one of the only places that I have found that actually has a red eyebrow pencil, and that's why I use that. And I'm gonna kind of go over here, and I'm looking in the mirror behind you, so, because I don't want to do this in the camera, because I just won't be able to see. And I just do very, very light on my eyebrows. To just fill it in a little bit where they're sparse and give a little more color. I'm actually starting to get gray in my eyebrows. So I want to add a little color. And then I take the spoolie and I just brush completely up. Get those brows all going upward. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed it on camera, but I was involved in a really bad accident when I was about 13 years old. And I have scars. I had 3 layers, 141 stitches in my face, guys. So these, as I've aged, they just look like wrinkles. But if you notice, I've always got my hair down on this one side, because what I'm doing is I'm covering up my scars. The scars have kind of faded into my wrinkles now. You can see one right through there, here, up, down, and then another that goes through here. And that's why I used to part my hair on the other side when I was younger, and now it's this side, and I pull those bangs down over because I'm covering up those scars. Yeah, it was a really bad accident. This is all fake. This is all packed in stuff. This was completely gone. All that was gone from that accident. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky I've still got my eye and I've still got my life, because it was close there, guys. Okay, so then I always use an eyelash curler. And as I said, as we age, we want to lift. So if our eyelashes are poking straight out or even going downward, we aren't lifting up at that point, okay? Sorry, having a hard time seeing because I'm trying to look into the phone instead of in my mirror. Okay, and just give that a few minutes to warm up and kind of lift those brows. Now, something that I used to do is line first and then do mascara, and I don't do that anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because I have found that I put more liner on if I do that first, and I don't really need all that liner, and so I just use what I need now. Okay, and this again is Tarte, and this is their Man Eater mascara, I believe it's called. Put a little more on there. And another good mascara, if you're worried about ingredients, is Physicians Formula. And I believe it is 100% natural. 80% of it is vegan, and you can get it at the grocery store, you know, and it doesn't cost any more than any of the other brands that are, you know, there at Walmart or Target or, you know, the pharmacies or whatever. Same price. And that's what I used to use before I got this one. And like I said, it came in this kit with all this other stuff, and I really like it, and so that's what I'm using. Okay, now my liner is a gel in a pot. I've got my tiny little brush. And what I was saying before is I don't use nearly as much liner as I used to. Because I just don't need to. And at our age, we don't want to do anything that's going to draw downwards on our eyes. And, you know, at my age, that's what my eyes are trying to do. They're trying to go down. So I want to create an uplift with the liner. And so and this is going to be virtually impossible. You're not going to see what I'm doing because I'm going to do it like this. My hand's going to cover it up. So I'm just going in the middle, okay, and I stop. I don't go all the way down to the edge of my eye. I stop about so far in, okay, and I go up, and then I kind of connect that. And that gives me an upsweep instead of, if I'd gone all the way to the edge, that droop that I would have got, okay? And again, it's just really hard for me to see trying to do this in my camera instead of my bathroom mirror. Okay, so I just want that liner to stay in very close to the lash line, and then just kind of go upwards right before you get to the edge of your eye. And that will give you an uplift. All right, now I'm going to wash all of these brushes that I use. Don't worry, I will do that. And then they gave me 2 lipsticks in this kit, and this all came from QVC, but you can order direct from Tarte if you like all this stuff. And on one side is like a gloss, and I'm too old for gloss, I don't use that nonsense. And the other side is this lipstick. And I don't line or anything like that. My lips, as I'm aging, are kind of going crooked. And lining would just draw attention to that more. And like I said, this is just rich and creamy and wonderful, and it smells amazing. And you can see how everything is just color coordinated. Color coordinated with my clothes, color coordinated with my hair, color coordinated together so that it all meshes well. Nothing's worse than having an eyeshadow that's a yellow undertone and a lipstick that's a blue undertone. They just don't go well together. So be sure you're staying in the same color families, and so that everything meshes very well. Another lipstick that I truly, truly love, and let me drag some of these out of here. It's by Color Your World. It's called coloryourworld.com. And they're all paper, cardboard containers. So it's good for the environment. It's all natural ingredients. They're completely vegan. And for every color that there is, they not only have different packaging, but they donate to a different charity, and they all benefit women. So I like them, but I don't like them nearly as much as the Tarte. But I'm always standing behind a company that does good things. I love a company that does good things. So that's my take on lipstick, and I hope you got something out of it and that you enjoyed it. And have a good day, guys.